Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. If you hear anyone running around, it's this little man in the background. He is in full play mode right now, so if you hear any squeaking, if the camera starts shaking, if you hear anybody bouncing around out there, it is my dog Pants, and he is a lot right now. But I wanted to sit down nevertheless and have a chat with you guys. I just wanted to go over 5 things that I did that helped me achieve my healthiest body, my healthiest state, both physically and mentally. And I'm not talking about just my thinnest or my smallest weight. I'm talking about overall, because right now I have gained quite a bit of muscle and I actually am heavier than my technical smallest weight, but I feel my healthiest. I feel I look my best. I genuinely feel my best on the inside. I no longer have this food guilt that I didn't even know that I had, and I genuinely really just feel good, and I feel like I'm living a lifestyle that is sustainable for me. So I wanted to share those tips with you guys, and hopefully it can help you as well. Okay, so tip number 1 sounds really stupid, but it's literally just walking, and walking more in general. Going for walks, having long walks be a form of exercise for me, and I never really thought of walking as exercise. I always kind of felt like you had to go hard and that had to be your workout, and I never allowed myself like actual active rest days, or even just rest days in general. I guess I have to say, if there's anything that, you know, the panorama really helped me with, is falling in love with walking and just being outside. I really never took advantage of the fact that I live in such a beautiful place, and it does help that I moved to a different neighborhood in LA, which is a lot more walkable. But even at the start of quarantine, when I was living in a different neighborhood in LA and it wasn't as much like pedestrian friendly as I'm living now, I still incorporated walking when I was home in Massachusetts. And even now, no matter where I go, I went on a work trip to Denver, and even when I got off the plane, I dropped off my stuff at the hotel and I went straight to go for a walk and just explore the lay of the land, kind of take everything in. It's really great to just like clear your mind, feel refreshed. I find that it helps with like bloating, it helps with my mental clarity, it helps with a lot of things just in general, and just feeling active and feeling like you did something nice for yourself. That's a little gentle form of exercise, but it doesn't even feel like you're exercising. Like, it's pretty hard to overdo walking unless you have like an injury, but overall, like, you can't, like, I'm not like speed walking. Half the time I'm listening to a podcast, or I'll FaceTime my mom, or I'll watch a YouTube video, or I will do nothing. Sometimes I might listen to a song while I'm looking around, or sometimes I'll just have nothing playing and I will just like take in outdoors. It's really also great for my dog because he's a pretty moderate exercise dog. If you can't tell, he's a little bit crazy. That's him playing with his little ball on the floor, if you can hear that. But it's just been something that I found, it's such a good sustainable habit that it doesn't feel like, oh my God, every single day I have to run 3 miles, or, you know, I have to do whatever. It just feels natural to me. I wake up, I walk my dog, I take him for a few walks throughout the day. Sometimes I go on a walk without him, because let me tell you, walking, hey buddy, walking with a dog versus walking by yourself is definitely very different. It's not as like zen when you're with him. He really wants me to throw his toy. So yeah, I highly recommend walking. I have a Fitbit. I find that it's amazing. Some people find them triggering or like a lot of pressure. I see them as completely the opposite. To me, it seems like any little mundane activity I do, my Fitbit turns it into exercise. I'm like, oh, I'm just walking around the mall. I just hit my 10,000 steps. There's my workout. And that's good and bad. But on days that you really don't feel like it, it's kind of like a mental relax. Like, it just makes you feel like, oh, you know, but I still, like, I went and I got some steps in. And even if you did nothing, you just walked to a coffee shop. Walking was a game changer for me. I aim for around 10,000 steps a day. I feel like that's pretty average. It's just like what your calculator says, or your Fitbit, but whatever works for you guys. Honestly, just do whatever feels good to you, and it doesn't have to be any specific step count. It could be however many walks per day, or just 1 walk per day, or an evening walk, or a morning walk. I think it has been the best little like routine I've gotten myself into, and I just love it. My next thing that has helped me tremendously has been eating bigger meals and not skipping meals. So I know that if I skip lunch or breakfast, I will be so snacky throughout the day. I wouldn't even do it on purpose, but I remember that before I would get too busy, or I would like by accident either skip lunch or breakfast. Like breakfast, I would just wait too long and then it would be lunchtime, and I wouldn't be hungry technically. But so I thought I was, you know, listening to my body, which is fine. But at the same time, I notice now that if I don't make myself sit down and eat a good hefty breakfast, I will be so hungry by the time lunchtime comes around, and so snacky and insatiable. So I've realized that no matter what, I don't care if it's 1 p.m. by the time I get hungry. I am eating 3 meals a day. Doesn't matter what time they are. They could be, just hit that lamp. I could eat my first meal at 8 a.m., my second meal at noon, my third meal at 5. Some days I'll eat my first meal at 1 p.m., my second meal at 4 p.m., my third meal at 7 p.m. But 3 square meals is where it's at for me. I will sometimes incorporate snacks, but if my meals are big and satisfying enough, some days I don't even need snacks, and it is a game changer. I would always like watch people's what I eat in a days, or just observe my friends and be like, how are there people who cannot snack between meals? And the key is genuinely to satisfy yourself at your meals. Like actually make sure you are satiated and full when you get up. That means none of these little 200, 300 calorie meals. That's not a meal. I mean, maybe it is for some people, but for me personally, sorry, I just keep having to throw these things at him. For me personally, that is a snack. That is not a meal. My meals range from 500 to 800 calories, and that is what satisfies me and keeps me full. Like my breakfast is minimum 650, and that I've, you know, actually gone through the motions to track it and just out of curiosity see how much it really is and what actually keeps me full and keeps me feeling my best. And that's what it is. So I've realized that that's what makes me feel my best, and I feel like I actually eat less when I eat like that, because I'm just, first of all, I'm eating less frequently, and second of all, I feel genuinely full. Like I feel satisfied. I'm not constantly looking for what else I can snack on. I'm not like going back into my pantry. Whereas like snacking for me, it doesn't turn off that like hunger craving. It still makes me feel like I'm not satisfied. My brain doesn't even register when I had a snack that I've eaten anything. Like it's so bad. And for some people are grazers and they can snack all day, and like I used to be like that, but I would always end up overdoing it because I was never satisfied. So if you find that you do that as well, this could be a big game changer for you. Next thing is sleep. When I first got my dog, and also like last year when I first started my fitness journey, I would sleep from like midnight till 5 a.m. Like I would get in bed early, but by the time I was finished scrolling on Instagram or watching TV, or I would just get distracted, or I had other things to do, I would go to bed pretty late. Well, late for me. And then I would still force myself to wake up at like 5:45 or 6 every single morning. Whereas like I have a job that's flexible, and unless I have to be on set for a modeling job, for the most part, I can afford to sleep in. And it was, again, this whole like go hard or go home, like every day wake up at 5:45 mentality that like, why couldn't I sleep till 8? What was wrong with that? Like I felt like I was missing the morning and I was missing my day if I slept till 8 a.m. But like if I went to bed at midnight, 8 hours from then is 8 a.m. Like I should be sleeping till then to feel like my best self. And I have realized that even 7 hours of sleep for me is not enough. Like I felt yesterday, I got like 6 hours and 50 minutes of sleep. Another benefit of the Fitbit. This is not sponsored, by the way. I genuinely like love that thing. But I realized that I was so tired all day, and I'm like, why do I feel like this? My eyelids felt heavy all day, and it was just not enough sleep. And I noticed that the days that I do sleep for like 8-9 hours, I feel amazing all day. My hunger cues are completely different. The way I perform in my workouts, my mood, my brain clarity, my mental clarity, my brain fog, I don't know. It's just a whole new world. Like even 8 hours versus 7, oh my god, this man with his little freaking Frappuccino toy. Even 8 hours makes a huge difference compared to 7 hours for me. It is insane. And again, there are some people that, these are just, again, guys, these are just tips that have worked for me personally. So if you're anything like this, or you notice any of these kind of symptoms that you're experiencing, these might help you, because I always thought it was BS, to be honest. I always thought like, oh, like if I just drink enough caffeine, I don't really need that much sleep. Like I'll be fine. I'll still go to the gym. I'll still do blah, blah, blah. In reality, I was just putting so much stress on my body. My mood was always miserable. I was just always tired, always groggy. And you're not supposed to feel like that. Like, it is not that serious, you guys. And lastly, this one has attributed to, I think, the biggest physique change that I've seen recently. And that is switching up my workouts. I got into this rut after quarantine where I thought the only thing I needed to do was cardio. And I know this is so cliche. Everybody says it, don't just do cardio, add some strength days in there. And my trainer and I would do strength days, but they were more so like body weight, really light resistance. And I still have those days. Don't get me wrong, I still love those workouts. I love high reps, body weight, or like little ankle bands or booty bands and ankle weights. I still love those workouts. I have 1 pound ankle weights that I use on my arms, I use them on my legs. Like, that is a cardio leg day that I love to do. But I've also incorporated minimum 2 days of heavy weight training. And I have found that my body has changed in a way that I just haven't seen in forever. Like, my measurements, I measured myself this morning compared to my measurements when I was just doing cardio. And everything stayed the same except my booty. So it's pretty exciting. Like, and I genuinely, I look forward to those workouts so much. Like, I'm going to meet my trainer in an hour and I am so freaking excited, you guys. And that's not like, I'm not BSing, I swear to God. And I feel like I used to dread working out because all I would do is cardio. And now on my cardio days, I'm like hyped for my cardio days. Like, I get excited to run now, which is like really, you get excited to run? But it's because I'm not forcing myself to do it every day. I used to run like 4 or 5 miles every single day, and I'm not a runner. So like, for me, that was something I had trained and forced myself to do. So no wonder I was burnt out, miserable, hating my life, and not seeing the results I wanted. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I was not fueling my body enough. I wasn't eating enough at my meals. Like, of course I was burnt out and I wasn't seeing the results. I was plateauing for like months. Whereas now I feel like both mentally and physically, the switch up of workouts and allowing yourself to do a different thing whenever you feel like it is key. Like, yes, I have a tentative workout schedule where like, I mentioned this in a previous video, like Monday is like a cardio leg day. I'm still holding this toy. Tuesday is a heavy arms day and upper body day with my trainer. Wednesday would be like a cardio abs day, or Pilates. Thursday would be a heavy leg day, and then Friday would be a cardio arms day, and then Saturday and Sunday are like my free days. But I have a mental check-in with myself every time I go to work out. Like, is this what I want to do? And if it's not, I'll switch it up. Like yesterday, I didn't feel like doing a cardio leg day. I felt like walking on an incline. That's all I felt like doing. Doing that and a little bit of abs, and that is all I did. Because that's what I felt like doing. And I left still feeling good, and I strayed from my schedule, and I didn't do what I needed to do that day specifically, but who cares? Like, who decides that? Who gets to choose that? You, like, you're in charge of that. And that's what keeps it fun and exciting. And that's why I like genuinely enjoy going to the gym and genuinely enjoy my workouts right now, because I'm not forcing myself to do anything I don't want to do. I've stopped mid-run because I'm like, you know what, actually F this. Like, I actually don't want to do this right now. Like, I'm gonna hop off and I'm gonna go do some weights because that's what I wanted to do. I've gone in for like a full cardio day and been like, you know what, no, I'm just gonna go hit upper body. I'm good. Like, I don't feel like doing that today. And that's fine, you know? And that's why, like, I have an apartment gym here and I will still drive 25 minutes to my other gym just to like be there and do a workout and be in the gym environment, because I'm like, I have such only positive emotions with that gym. And I think it's maybe because my apartment gym, like, during the time when that was the only gym we had available, like, I don't want to sound ungrateful, but I think I had some of my darkest times in that place. Like, I really forced myself to like do things that I don't necessarily think I wanted to do, and in the moment I thought it was discipline and I thought it was healthy, but it really wasn't, girl. Like, it really wasn't. So if I could give you any advice, it would be to just switch it up, listen to your body. And it sounds so freaking stupid and corny, but like, genuinely don't go against what your body wants. Like, if your body wants to have a slow Pilates style relaxed day, do that. If your body wants to go on a walk, if you want to go and go hard and lift weights, do it. Right? If you just want to eat this toy and that's all you want to do, you should do it. You know what I mean? You should do it. He's so freaking cute. He's been annoying this entire video and I'm not gonna refilm it, but come here, Nikki. Come here. Come here, Mindy. You're so cute. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. I hope you guys enjoyed my dog squeaking this entire time. He's lucky he's cute because he's a little stinker. But that is all for today's video. I love you guys all so much. Pants, just for the outro, can you just stop? I love you guys all so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.